joining me here today. So the focus today will be a digestive flow, which is really good if you feel like your tummy's not quite right today, or if it's a bit upset, or even if you're dealing with PMS symptoms, it can be really good for that. So we're going to start by lying down on our backs. Keep your feet grounded for now. Now we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Now we're going to allow the knees to drop down to the side. Start to connect with your breath here. You can allow your palms to drop down to the side, but if you really want to keep the focus and the energy directed towards your lower body, create a diamond shape, or roughly a diamond shape, with your thumbs and your index fingers, and then bring that just over your lower abdomen. And start to pay attention to the sensations of the breath. So feel the abdomen rising as you inhale. Then feel your belly hugging back towards the spine as you exhale. And if at any point your mind begins to wander, just bring it back to those physical sensations in your body. And whatever thoughts are drawing you and calling you today, just take a moment to put them to the side. And know that they'll still be there after the practice. Allowing yourself to be present, to be fully attentive to your body right now. And from here we're going to bring the knees back up. And we're going to hug them into the chest for a moment. Gently drawing your thighs towards your navel. Staying with your breath here as we grab either knee with either palm. And then we're going to begin circling at the knees. And see if you can combine your breath with the movement. And then gently circling the other way. Observing the sensations at the hip crease as you rotate here. And seeing if that helps loosen maybe any tension, any sense of congestion in your lower abdomen. And then exhale, bring the knees to center, hugging them in one more time. See if you can draw the thighs a little bit closer to your belly button. And then from here we're going to inhale, and we're going to draw the nose towards the knees. It doesn't have to reach the knees, we just want to bring it up a bit. And we're going to exhale, release. And one more time, drawing the nose in the direction of the knees. Feeling yourself like a ball, and then exhale, releasing. Activating the abdomen here. And then inhaling to come up. And exhale, releasing. Bring the arms down to the side. Just take a moment to stay here. And begin to draw your tailbone, your lower back, flat down to the ground. So we really want to feel the lower back in contact with the ground. That might mean you need to curl up your tailbone. depending on how curved your back is. So everyone's spine is very different, and some of us will have like quite an accentuated curve in the lower back, and some of us will have less of that. So finding really the balance that suits you today, experiment with tilting the pelvis back and forth until you really feel your lower back grounded on the floor. Bring the arm to the side. And take a moment to breathe into that contact. And then we're going to slowly roll to one side and find our way up to seated position. And then we're just going to, for a moment, cross our legs. Roll the shoulders back. Grow tall through the spine. And we're going to begin to circle at the hips. And creating the movement from your core, from your abdomen. And making it as small or as big as it feels good. Listening to the feedback your body is giving you right now. And then circling the other way. And again, staying with your breath. Allowing it to guide your movement, speeding it up or slowing it down. And now we're going to make our way onto all fours, leaving the wrists beneath the shoulders and the knees beneath the hip. And we're just going to start swaying the hips a little bit here. And then we're going to inhale. We're going to begin the movement with the tailbone. We're going to bring tailbone up, shoulders down the back, neck is long, and the head and the gaze come up. And then we're going to exhale, pressing away with our palms. Rounding through the spine, drawing up through the navel. And then one more time, inhaling to expand. Lengthening the spine, there's lots of space between the shoulders and the ears. And then we're going to exhale, curling up and rounding. And we're going to do a couple more cycles, but this time feel free to shape the movement. So if you feel like leaning towards the left or the right, please do so. Finding what feels good for your body and leaning into those sensations that help you release and relax. You might play around a bit with the shoulders for this last breath. And then we're going to find center. From here we're going to inhale, we're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to begin to gently engage the core. And then we're going to exhale into down dog, a really generous down dog today. So you want to keep your legs, your knees super bent, coming up onto your toes if you need to. And again, focus on that action of drawing the belly towards the thighs. Keeping a long spine here. And then exhale to ground the knees. This time we're going to inhale and we're going to step the left foot in between the palms. And we're going to come onto our fingertips or our palms, depending on what feels good for you. You might not feel like you have much space between your torso and your leg, so you might want to help yourself by coming onto your fingertips. Or you could also grab 2 books, if that helps you, to give you a little bit more support, and put them beneath your palms. And then from here we're going to create a very small and gentle sway back and forth. And again, staying with the sensations and see how this affects the region of the lower abdomen. Of course, there's a lot of feedback between our lower body and the abdomen region. So by working our legs and releasing tension there, we can often help also release tension around the digestive tract. And if it feels good, then begin to sway a little wider, maybe working towards straightening that front leg. And if you feel like your knee is a bit uncomfortable here, experiment with tucking your toes under. Again, swaying gently back and forth. And again, allow your breath to guide you here. Using the breath and the feedback your body is giving you, you can find the ideal pose for you today. And every day that pose will be different. And then maybe leaning back towards a straightened leg. You don't need to straighten it all the way, but work towards reaching that level. And again, drawing the left hip crease back. See if you can create a little bit of space in your abdomen to fold forwards. To really help relax into pose, keep a gentle bend in the knee. And then inhale, coming forward into a low lunge. We're going to ground the right palm. And we're going to inhale the left palm to the ceiling. Really reaching out in both directions, creating space across the torso. Long spine, exhale to ground. And we're going to bring the left foot back. And we're going to pause in child's pose for a second. So you have your choice here to keep the palms in front of you and reach forward with them whilst your tailbone is reaching back, or allow everything to drop as you bring your hands and your arms beside your body. And use these breaths to really melt down, to really release everything. Feel the contact of your belly against your thighs. Feel your body supported against the floor. Then we're going to inhale to come up one more time. Moving with the breath, grounding yourself here. Be really present in your body. And then we're going to bring the right foot forwards. And again, gently swaying back and forth with your palms on the ground or with your fingertips. Remember, you can always bring a book to support your hands if you need to. Starting off really small and then beginning to build up that movement. And all keeping your attention in your lower abdomen. And then if it feels good, work towards straightening that front leg. But because we're really focusing on a soothing practice today, keep a gentle bend in that front knee. And work on drawing the right hip crease back. So your leg bone is really drawing back into the socket. And then see if that allows you to create a little bit more space across the abdomen so you can fold forwards and release. And if you feel any discomfort in the knee, the back knee, remember you can always tuck your toes under here. And then inhale to come forwards. We're going to root down through the left palm here and reach up tall with the right palm. And again, you're reaching in both directions here, creating space across your torso and lengthening the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. Exhale to ground. And bringing the left foot back. We're going to come to sit down. Bring the legs in front of us. We're going to lie down on our backs. Again, taking a moment to really press down with the lower back, curling up the tailbone, the pelvis if you need to. And feeling that support, maybe bringing your palms to your abdomen. Feeling yourself really grounded in this region of the body. And then from here we're going to root down through the right foot. I'm going to bring the left foot over right knee. So this might feel like a nice and comfortable stretch today. And if that's where you want to be, then stay there. If you feel like you could use a little bit more, then interlock your fingers behind your knee or in front of the knee. And keep the left foot flexed here to protect your knee joint. And breathe into the sensations, particularly those in the left hip. You might want to experiment with extending the leg here. Or you might want to bring the shin and the calf parallel with the mat. Finding the variation that helps you release into the pose today. And sending your last couple of breaths here into that outer left hip. And on your next exhale, releasing. If you need to, allow a gentle sway from side to side to release those muscles you've just used. And then rooting down through the left foot. Bring the right foot over the left knee. Again, staying here if it feels right for you, or interlocking the fingers behind or in front of the knee. Sending your attention and your breath down to your right hip. And again, maybe experimenting with extending the leg or bringing it parallel, bringing the calf parallel to the ground. And whilst you're here, can you still keep that sense of your lower body, of the lower abdomen and lower back being supported and rooted in the ground here? And really send your attention down to your right hip for the last breath. And then exhale, releasing. And then from here we're going to extend the arms to the side. If you need to, allow a gentle sway here to soothe any tension in the body. And then when you're ready, we're going to exhale. And we're going to drop the knees towards the left side of the room. So I'd like you to experiment a bit with having your knees up high or bringing them lower down. So you'll work different regions of your back, different regions of your abdomen here. If you bring it further down, you might feel your upper body rooting down towards the ground a bit more. If you bring it further up, you might feel a greater twist in your lower body here. And just playing around with that and see what really helps you relax into the pose today. And rooting down with that right shoulder, keep your gaze upwards or leaning it over towards the right side of the room and towards your right fingertips. And staying present with your breath, allow yourself to relax and melt into the pose. back to center. And taking a moment to recenter if your body feels tilted to one side or the other. And then we're going to exhale down towards the right side. And again, experimenting or bring your legs further down or keeping the knees higher. And then keeping the gaze upwards or leaning it over towards the left side. Keeping that left shoulder rooting down to the ground. Allowing your body to really work on twisting towards both sides. So your lower body is twisting to one side and your upper body is directing itself towards the opposite side. And allow the breath to explore space across your torso. And melting down for the last couple of breaths in this pose. And then we're going to inhale back to center. Allowing a gentle rock from side to side. And we're going to find our way up to seated position. Negotiating that yourself. And then again, finding yourself either with your ankles in front of each other, or you can cross over the shins, depending on what suits you today. Remember, you can always put a cushion beneath you to give you some extra support. And take a moment to breathe here, check in with the body. Check in with your abdomen. See how that region feels. And maybe take a moment to give it a little rub here. Giving yourself a really gentle massage and maybe sending some love down to this region. And particularly if you feel a bit off here today, just take a moment to acknowledge that. And make a commitment to be present. Know that anything that you're feeling here right now will also pass. And maybe you begin to feel it soothe and release a bit already. And then bring both palms to the belly, making that diamond shape again. We're going to breathe into it 3 times, really deep breath, rooting down into the abdomen. And then exhaling with a sigh, releasing everything. Couple more times, inhaling into the abdomen. And one last cleansing and releasing breath. And that's us done for today. I hope you really enjoyed that practice. I definitely did. I feel a lot softer around this region. And thank you for sharing your time with me and your practice. And I look forward to practicing with you again. And have a lovely day, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Bye.